Hello everybody, welcome back to another week of Overwatch 2 here for post-university at the NECC. My name, Warren JuggleGod Hammond, here to bring you the action tonight. Our post-university Eagles currently sitting at a 1-2 record. They're looking to make it to 500 tonight as they take on Pace University. So, we're going to be headed to Busan. First, let's go ahead and take a look at what these teams are thinking. This is going to be your post-university Eagles in the red tonight. We're starting here on a very a brawl-centric map for Busan. So, love to see the Reinhardt, the Mei as well. Crystal, she's going to be causing a lot of problems, a lot of mayhem with this teleporter, with these turrets. So, I'm anticipating the Eagles to kind of take a big TP into the backline, look to see if they can just descend onto one player in particular. So, a little bit of staging right now. They're going up against Sandra, Genji with an Orisa. Kind of an interesting DPS composition with that tank. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be a couple of players down already for Post University. They do pick up one in the meantime. Multikel going to try and get an exit pick if they can. Not going to be in the cards this time. That's going to be first possession here for Pace. But a pretty good fight. All in all. Post University did a good job of at least isolating in, I believe, the first kill, if not the first, the second. Multikel already squaring up to meet Camo up top. Hammer does get the hack on the multi, but not before they're able to get the fire strike out. But the shield does go down when the anti-nade comes in, so that's going to be a little bit difficult for Post University to deal with. They shake off the anti-nade. Now they're trying to push the low ground here. And a JD is to the right. That's going to be pretty isolated position for him there. Post University could try and collapse on them, but unfortunately, Crystal's going to be taken out first. Elle trying to do as much as they can to keep their tank alive. But with the EMP coming in, that's going to be a fight win again for Pace. Multikel already squaring up here on the high ground. Gonna need to watch out for this terror search here coming out from DCAM. It's gonna be one of the big things for them to look out for. As they're trying to back it up to point, they're happy to kite as much as they can, just force Post University to try and use resources to get onto point. High ground, though, being pretty well maintained. Orpheus jumps up there. Venom goes down very low. Gonna try and get out of there, but unable to. Fire strike comes in from Multikel, taking them out. Now, dropping down to the point, there's going to be a tree planted on point from Yandy. That's going to make things difficult, but here comes the Terra Surge now. Everybody from Post trying to back up. Orpheus, though, gets the blade, gets the kill. It's going to be 85% on the board, and with Multikel going down pretty late here, this stagger could spell just about the end of this sub-map for Post University. So an awkward timing for that fight for Post University. They're going to see if they can scramble, though, to get to point. 98%, though, not going to be quite enough time. So, a lot of good fights, a lot of good showing there from Post, but the sustain coming out from Pace University just outdid what Post University had in the moment, and that allowed for enough time for Orpheus and Venom to really get in there, find the value that they needed before the backline could really respond. So, we move to downtown Busan. High ground, of course, one of the big names of the game here. Widowmakers frequently make their homes along these skyscrapers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nothing different coming out from Pace, but we do see a little bit of a change coming here for Post University. Multikel going to try for the Orisa. That's going to be a quick TP to point. That's going to allow them to get the turrets set up, so they're going to have they're going to be set up in a pretty nice position here. But Orisa's just pushing forward pretty quickly. It's going to be tough for Multikel to kind of maintain positioning here. We're seeing Sodium has to back off for just a moment while they try and maintain some kind of presence. That's going to be a big pull there coming out from the Pace Lifeweaver. Multikel now trying to get something done here. Elle doing their best to keep them alive. See if they can also get a little damage in. Slowly, though, this fight looks like it might be turning the way of Post University. That's a nice TP to continue the heals there from Elle. They're doing a fantastic job keeping Multikel up. They're able to do it again. Oh, but a big boop coming out from Camo. That's going to take him out of the fight. And with that, should just be cleanup at this point. But that's big. They actually forced out the tree here from Yandy. So they're going to have that going into the next fight. But at this point, they just need to back up and cut their losses, see if they can regroup. Vero now on the Lifeweaver as well. Has a tree of their own. With a Blizzard coming in from Sodium too, this could be a pretty big fight here. Pretty powerful one for Post University. They're going to swap to the main route this time. Big part of it's going to be up to Sodium here with the Blizzard. Multikel trying to put a little pressure on the point now. Here comes the tree. See if they can maintain. Terror Surge comes out. Huge anti-nade coming in, though. That could be devastating for Post University. But Crystal still to get a pick onto Orpheus. That's big. That was a huge shot coming out from Ursodium. The prediction on the invisible Sombra. You love to see it. Vero gets a kill onto JDE as well. And the point will flip for the first time here tonight for Post. And they didn't even really have to use a whole lot to do that. In fact, I think it was just the support ultimates. Now, that could make things a little bit difficult in the sustain department, but Graviton Surge is ready to go. We've also got the Blizzard, which can hold off for a while. And in addition, Crystal's wall could really serve a similar place. Big Graviton Surge comes in, but everybody able to get out of it with combination of the pedal plus the Fortify from the Orisa gets them out of dodge quickly. And then checking on Crystal as they use their wall. That's going to be one kill, though, down as they try to duck and dodge through that wall. JDE gets one more. Multikel doing the best they can to just stall point as long as they can as well. Elle, again, doing a phenomenal job trying to keep him alive, but forced to back out, so the point will flip. But it's actually going to be a very quick reset here. Multikel does need a little bit of time to build their bubbles back. Hack comes in, but that's something that Azari can really weather pretty well, better than a lot of other heroes. We see the laser-like focus coming out from Multikel to try and keep Venom at bay, but they're just unable to do it. They've already built another Graviton Surge, which is absolutely massive. They're able to get several into it, but a big Biotic Grenade at least going to keep one of them alive. 99% on the board right now. And a big pedal to get the Orisa out of the way. Elle and Vero combined for a couple of kills, and the point will be flipped back to Post. There's some grit and determination tonight coming out from the Eagles. Love to see it. Big thing, though, is they used everything they had for that last fight, so this next one's going to be tough. Elle going to have the Kitsune Rush online. That's going to be what they're going to have to hold their most of their hopes onto. As this EMP, the nano could be pretty big. Multikel now on the low ground. Getting pushed by Decamo. They've already got the Fortify out, which is pretty big. If they can collapse onto Orisa here, unfortunately, Vero is going to go down first. Here comes the EMP. Venom very low. Multikel able to get that pick. Orpheus just as low, but able to get a pick. Elle trying their best to stay alive, keep themselves up for the rest of the squad, the rest of the team. Bubble comes out, but it's not going to be enough. It gets burst by Pace. 94% on the board. Vero looking for a touch here at the last moment. They're able to drop down onto the point. She's ducking and dodging as best as she can. The pedal into the air to try and stay alive. But Camo, Venom doing just as much as they can for Pace University. And that will be Busan going the way of Pace. But again, a great showing from the Eagles. They seem to find themselves in kind of the second half of that last map, so hopefully that signals somewhat of an adjustment coming out from the squad as we take a look at one of Cam's plays. This was a big Terra Surge. They had some nice javelins as well. The one that took Multikel off the map in Busan downtown was very good. So, We're going to take a short break while the players get ready for the next map. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, everybody. We're heading to Eichenwald, the site of many a Junkenstein's revenge. Currently, your post-university Eagles down 0-1, going up against Pace tonight. But a great showing, though, on Busan. And the squad really seemed to find their footing again, kind of in the second half of that map. So, hopefully they're going to be able to take what they learned from their experience there. See if they can drive home a dub here, get some success here on Eichenwald. Not too many changes coming out. The only thing really of note that I think is very different is going to be the Bastion. Venom opting to go to the Omnic powerhouse. Multikel once again leading the way with the Rhyme. That's going to be a nice TP towards the back, but the Venom Kitty already takes down Vero, so that's some of their big supports. That's going to be a no-go. Post University going to back up and try again. So great awareness there from Venom, but now Post University going to be aware that that's there. Going to be able to weather that much better. Big note, though, Orpheus still hasn't had to do anything from the Pace squad. I don't think they've actually even fired a shot yet. So Post University completely unaware that they're going to be there. Gonna be curious to see how they handle this. Immortality Field comes out, gonna be taken out by Orpheus, but they go down very, very low as they try and back away. Fortunately, DCAM finds Crystal once again. That's gonna be Multikel now trying to back up under the barrage. The torrent of damage coming out from the Bastion. They do successfully disengage. Gonna be a nice sleep there from JDE. So Pathic here is going to be the utmost importance for Pace or for Post University. A big TP towards the back line. That's going to be all of Post University now descending. But Crystal gets caught out just a little bit, but they are able to find JDE as the rest of the squad comes back in. Immortality Field is there. We've got a lot of bombs coming in via the Bastion. But that beam is high charge. They're able to gun down one. Is it going to be another? They had to reload in the middle of it. Vero does take out DCAM, though, and the damage is done. Post University will get the first point. Fantastic teleport from the whole squad to get behind, isolate one player. And in addition, Crystal surviving that long, she was able to get that charge up on the beam. Really helped secure those final kills, even though she did eventually go down. So now, high ground going to be controlled here by Orpheus, who does have the blade. The nano blade is going to be online. 3 ultimates for Pace, 4 for Post. Love this TP to the high ground. That's going to be Multikel leading the way. Crystal goes down, though, almost immediately. Orpheus gets a nice dash right there. Yandy now gunning down Ursodiumlvl, the Murder Moth. Looking for a lot. Big shatter incoming, though. Able to take out one. Are they going to be able to collapse onto some extra targets to see if they can get another while they're doing a whole lot for Post University squad? DCAM does go down. Big charge coming in. They are able to get JDY in the end, but Orpheus with the blade in the back. That Mercy's going to go down, but on point. He does eventually have to back out the turrets. The turrets for the win. Crystal secures a kill from spawn. Just about back. Interesting positioning here from DCamo. DCam. Kitty already used the turret form, so Post University could actually push in pretty aggressively on this. Sodiumlvl has the blizzard. There it goes, right towards the back line. Able to get Yandy almost immediately. DCam goes down. A couple of headshots from Sodium. Well, everybody's standing still. That's going to be enough to secure the second point in blazing fast time. They're also going to get the stagger as well. It looks like most of the Pace squad opted to go for the forward spawn. That's going to force a lot of cooldowns out of them as they try and stabilize there. Deflect is out, so Orpheus won't be diving in anytime soon. There's some terror surge that they have to worry about, but Elle, she's got the rally here, so that should be enough to sustain through that. He smells blood in the water, sees Orpheus trying to go forward a little bit. This is going to be very, very tough for the Genji, so I think the advantage here absolutely with Post University, but that's a huge anti-nade coming in. Takes out the immortality field, but what timing there from Vero. Not going to be quite enough even with the... never mind. Sodium-level and Multikel still causing trouble. Sodium, I don't think, quite going to be able to finish things up as the spawn advantage is going to be overwhelming here from base. Then getting now onto the Sombra. Multikel, though, aware of it already. So that's nice. Won't be taken by surprise by that. Akal certainly coming in. Sodium going to be the one to watch again with a Blizzard right here. They want to try and just win this off of either the Blizzard or the Shatter. If you need both, though, you can use it. Well, actually, no. This is the gold line right here. It's absolutely completely reasonable to use both. Big Shatter comes in, though. And now the cleanup should be here. The Nano Blade, though, is there. Orpheus trying to get as much as they can done. There's a tree on the point as well. Here comes the Blizzard, though. Can your Ursodiumlvl turn it around here at the last moment? They're able to get Orpheus down. Multikel charging back in. It's going to be a 3v3 on point. Multikel finds Yandy. It's all up to Post to try and stabilize here. Just with Elle, she's got the work cut out for her on the Brigitte. Multikel does go down, unfortunately. No, never mind. They take out a couple. The rally is in. They're able to chase down the last few stragglers here. It's just going to be JD on point. Orpheus goes down too. And Host University going to capture with 2:08 on the clock. Huge showing. That is a statement coming back from Busan. Host University knows this map, but I love seeing them pick a map like Eichenwald. It's not one that we typically see come out from a lot of squads. Typically, you're going to see the, especially when you're talking hybrid, you're going to see, of course, King's Row, I think, primarily. Blizzard World, another very popular one. So I love the fact that we get to see Eichenwald. And I love that we're seeing it played so well, too. Post University really had just a great handle on it. And I think, in a lot of ways, too, pace didn't adjust quite as well as they needed to. When they got to that last point, they decided to kind of throw more of their chips into dive with this kind of like dive brawl hybrid that they've got. And I think that ended up hurting them in the end. They just weren't able to have kind of the sustained presence on point that I think they needed to. So, wholesale change coming out from Post here. Crystal, love it when she breaks out the Torbjorn. And Sodium on the Junkrat as well. What I love about Junk is you can turn a fight in a split second with a Riptire, right? So if Sodium's able to get a nice Riptire here, especially off the back of potentially a Grav coming out for Multikel, then you know, what looks like a lost fight could very quickly be won. So hoping to see a nice hold here from Post University. They were able to capture pretty quickly. It took them a couple fights, but not too terribly long. Sodium already dropping in some spam from above. So does take a quick nap. Nice concussive blast there from Sodium to take out the Genji. Yandy falls as well. So this defense off to a fantastic start so far. They're even going to get the stagger onto JD. So that's another solid 10 seconds there, but already we can see Sodium has got 43% for their ultimate ready to go. So again, that's the big one that I'm going to be watching here to kind of clutch out a fight if it looks like things are looking a little rough. Venom, definitely going to be somebody to watch out for. Multikel going to want to hold onto a couple of, at least a bubble, to try and make sure that they can keep their back line safe. See Multikel even doing the spy checking there. Double goes out. Percentage falling down, though. They're going to have to make some changes here quickly. We do have Decamp going over to the Junker Queen, so that's definitely a bigger, more aggressive push. But now with JD down, Multikel able to push forward pretty aggressively. Decamp doesn't get the heals that they need. And Venom not really finding the value that they need to in the backline either. They're getting shut out pretty hard by Post University at this point. So, minute and a half off the clock already. Still no ultimates on the board, but what's really nice here is we can see Multikel is caught up now with your Ursodiumlvl. So again, that Grav Tire, absolutely devastating potential there. But Orpheus is not too far behind with one of their own. So let's take a peek and see how Venom's going to try and operate behind enemy lines here. DCAM already down, though. That's huge. This is going to be an immediate fight win for Post University. And in fact, Venom just gets hit by some spam while trying to regroup. So 2 minutes now. This has already put Post University at a better spot than Pace was at the same point. At this point, Post University had already captured that first point. And again, we have that grav tire online now. But if the tree comes up, Yandy should be the first person that they're looking for here. Venom has opted to go back to the Bastion since that seemed to work a little bit better for them. So he's just holding on to that high ground. We've got the Reinhardt going too. Here comes a Riptire though from Orpheus. The turret though, not quite in time, takes out two. So Sodium lets loose with theirs. They're not going to find anything as JD is able to take it down, but they get two. So a minute some change left on the board. Crystal comes out with a big molten core on the point that takes down DCAM. 2 players left. The tree is already gone. So Post University has an opportunity to try and take this back, especially since Sodium is still causing problems. They don't even have the point yet. There's not even a tick on the board, and Sodium clutches it out. That's what you're looking for from a Junkrat, especially on first point of a hybrid just like this. And look at that, 70% towards their next Riptire. This is huge for them. Sodium has to back up just a little bit. Doing a lot of damage to that Rhine shield. That's going to make things very difficult for DCAM, but now they're pushing pretty aggressively. Saves the concussive blast to get away. Comes at it from another angle now. Multikel doing a lot of damage as well. Elle has the rally too, so things could get fantastic here for Post University. 16 seconds left to go. The Riptire from Sodium catches two. This is just about done and dusted already. The rally for good measure, but Post University had it locked down tonight on Eichenwald. I mean, that was a completely different game. Completely different look. And I love everything about it. DCAM still comes away with the play of the game, and honestly, that's a fantastic tank right there. DCAM has been doing a wonderful job on the Orisa. So we're going to throw it to another break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. We're going to let the players get some water, stretch their legs, things like that. So don't go anywhere, though. We will be back soon. Welcome back, gamers and gaming fans. We're here with Post University taking on Pace. Map number 3, currently a tied score 1 apiece. We head to Suravasa. So, once again, Post University going to be in the red.
2, 1. Initial flashpoint.
And both teams opting for pretty much exactly what we saw last time. I think Pace liked what they ended with the Junker Queen. So they're going to try that again. And in fact, with the Lucio, they're going to be able to get their 2 point a little bit quicker, even despite the TP coming out from Crystal. But it looks like Crystal just wants to hold onto the TP, maybe use it aggressively here. But Orpheus is going to be able to take them out first. Elle gets pushed away. They're going to be both supports actually now separated here. Immortality Field has to come out to try and keep themselves alive. They didn't be able to get a kill though, so could be turning things around here, especially as the bubble there comes in clutch. But Vero goes down, so I think in the end it's still going to be Pace coming up with this fight win. First point captured here on Suravasa. So now, win condition for Post University going to be Sodium getting this blizzard online. So once he has that, Post is going to be a pretty good position, but they also might want to save it for kind of a counter dive situation, right? In order to stop Orpheus in case he gets that Blade online first. Big TP though, right onto the point. Immortality Field has to come out once again. A very, very narrow window here for them to try and get a pick, but they are able to get one. Orpheus coming away now with that Blade, just like we were thinking. And unfortunately, even despite an early pick coming out from Post University, they're unable to turn it around. With 70-some% on the board, that's going to be first point going to Pace as well. So Post University really just going to have to try and set up for the next point. As you can see, Crystal kind of holding over here towards the side, waiting to see which point's going to unlock next.
Market.
There's going to be Market.
Next flashpoint. Temple.
Sorry, Temple. Team has the Blizzard, though, for trying to take this point. Both squads getting here basically at the same time, but a well-placed wall from Sodium. Gonna give Post University the point, which is exactly what they want. Huge anti-nade comes in, though. The Blizzard coming out almost immediately after that. Sodium has to reload, but they are able to take out the tank. Couple of picks come in. Big fight win for Post, giving them the point. And I gotta tell you, that Blizzard could not have been a better time because of that. Oh no, I guess it wasn't the nade. It was of course, it was the rampage coming out from DCAM. So having been able to weather that storm, Post University is in a fantastic position, especially since all they really have to look out for a couple of. Actually, no, they're gonna have to look out for 3 ultimates here. But Venom gets pushed out now. Graviton Surge comes out from Multikel. Counter with a window, though, to try and get even more damage through. They're able to get JD out, who does not have an opportunity. Actually gets the sound barrier out, but might have been Ajax. Regardless, the win. Unfortunate Genji moment. The win right there does go to Post University. But interesting thing, because they won that so fast, because they won both of these fights so quickly, Pace is probably going to get a third fight here, and this EMP with a Kitsune Rush could be absolutely devastating. So what Post wants to do is just try and keep them from touching at all, if at all possible. I think Crystal with his window is going to be pretty big. Yep, she goes ahead and pops it early. Immortality Field has to come out, but the EMP is there. Orpheus able to find Vero in the thick of things. A couple of picks come in favor of Pace, so they will be able to turn this around in their favor. One player does go down, but now all Post University has to do is win this one fight to even this map back at 1 apiece. Unfortunately for them, though, they're not going to have anything in the tank, or anything at least ready to go. Ursodiumlvl are going to be the closest ones. You can see trying to stage for this approach right here. Rally could help as well sustain during a blade if it comes out. So Orpheus is probably going to want to try and use this pretty aggressively. As well, they're going to need to look out for the rampage. Hack comes in onto Elle, but the bubble is able to take it away. It pushes Venom out just a little bit. And here comes the blade and the rampage. That's going to be Crystal taking to see very quickly. Orpheus finds another pick. And again, with 70-some% on the board here, that fight is won in favor of Pace. So they're going to go up to 2 points at this point. So now, if Post University wants to take this map, it's going to have to be a reverse sweep. And a lot's going to be dependent on kind of where this next point is. Most points would favor Post at this juncture, and in fact, it's going to in a big way. They're going to be able to set up pretty aggressively here. Crystal already pushing forward to see if she can find where Pace is going. They're going to be able to potentially get a peek at him right around this corner. Crystal just about saw them. Let's see from her POV. Yeah, looks like they're well aware of where they are. And Pace University actually taking a very roundabout approach to try and get to the point. And
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
oh no, never mind. I had these points completely backwards. This one could definitely favors Pace. This is going to be a tough entry right here, especially this long stairwell right here. It's going to make it very difficult to try and find purchase onto it. Elle, rather, Crystal going to reposition pretty quickly. JD goes down low. Venom going to be the first to fall. Sodium right there after, so it's going to be a trade onto the point. Turret taken down. Post University having a hard time pushing in right now. Multikel needs to find a way to get this grab out. There it goes. They're able to get 2 into it, but big Sandberry comes out from JD. Is it going to be enough? It's able to sustain him at least momentarily. Big amplification matrix, though. That's going to give the finishing touches that was needed by Post to make this point there. Is Venom going to try and stall out for a moment, get it to about 60%. Post University can afford to lose one more fight here. Well, that's going to be it. Orpheus again has the blade. And Elle, once again, going to have the rally. I'm anticipating the wall coming out early again from Crystal. I liked that play on the last point. But I think a big part of the success of this fight is going to be on Elle. He's definitely going to have to make sure. Big pick there from Sodium, though. Here comes the rally as well, right in time for the blade. They're able to get Vero down. But in the meantime, Elle's able to just hold the shield and sustain the rest of the team through that blade. It's done. So now this is just a time. This is just percentage here for Post University, especially since JD is down 2. Elle chases everybody else off the point. And Post University maintains, sustains. And now this is going to be a very difficult position again for Pace, especially considering Sodium has a Riptide ready to go. So I anticipate, yeah, it looks like they're just maybe just waiting to see where this next point is going to be. 95% and counting. I don't think anybody touches. What a shot from Sodium. They do manage to get to point. It's just going to be Venom, though. Elle does go down from Orpheus, but nobody's able to get touch from Pace after that. So the point goes to them.
Next flashpoint guarded.
And I think Pace University going to be able to get there just a little bit quicker once again. You can set up on Garden. I like Venom pushing up this aggressively. And I like Sodium doing it as well, trying to clear that high ground. Just throwing a lot of spam through there is really going to have a pretty big effect in getting this point, getting an advantageous position secured. Hack comes in. Oh, what a shot coming out from Venom, though. That's a win condition out the window now for Post University. And they're going to be staring down a couple of pretty impactful ultimates, but Venom is down. This isn't over just yet. The Rampage comes out to see if they can turn it their way as Pace picks up several kills right along the stairwell. That was actually fantastic positioning, fantastic play coming out there from DCAM. Orpheus getting very close to another blade here. That plus the sound barrier plus the EMP. That's a deadly combination. Again, I think we're going to be looking to Multikel. Multikel actually might want to save this Graviton Surge and use it a little bit more defensively, right? Try and see if they can get that blade taken care of. 60-some% and counting. Crystal's already down, though. But Post University doesn't really have time to take another fight, so they need to just stay here without getting picked off even more. Hack comes in onto Multikel. We're getting pretty aggressive move, but DCAM able to get a few picks, even despite the Graviton Surge being there with 90% on the board here. 4th point in Flashpoint. Sodium lets off the Riptire to signal the end of the map, and Pace pulls ahead, puts themselves on match point. So Post University gonna have to dig deep. What's interesting is I believe every map pick has gone the way of each team so far, right? The initial map pick Busan, I do believe, was Pace's pick. So that seems to be a pretty big trend there. Love to see the play there from Sodium. Sodium has actually been really clutch today, both on the Mei and the Junkrat. So we're gonna throw it to another quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with game number 4 very soon. everybody. Welcome back to the broadcast. Post University currently a little bit behind. 1-2 is the score line as we find ourselves in Toronto. I love the trees right now too. Here, the trees, leaves are changing where I am. Feels nice. Feels appropriate. Once again, Post University gonna be in the red. Poutine, they even have an ad about poutine? I'm sorry, I had not noticed this yet, and this makes me very happy. But back to the game. Both teams rolling out with just about what we would expect at this point. The only surprise, Venom trying something a little bit different this time with the Reaper. The Reaper guy. Post University wants the high ground control, it looks like, in a pretty big way. They're gonna yield kind of the bot, the point, as it were, to pace, and I like this. Sodium actually on the basket as well. Did not notice that. That's gonna be a nice bubble to clear away the anti that came in from JD, who is back onto the Ana. So a lot of these players on heroes we've seen them on before, but not necessarily exactly the way we've seen them. Sodium tries to take out JD. Smells blood in the water once again. Looking to push out Genji. Oh, but the deflect right there actually just drops the rocket right into themselves, unfortunately. But Orpheus does go down, so it's going to be a 1-to-1. Vero actually gets the res off as well. She has gone over to the Mercy, so that is huge. Sodium able to gun down, even despite the anti-nade, get the pick. So despite the bot making a little bit of progress there for pace, the fight win does go to Post University, and there's a pretty big stagger onto JDE as well. So Post is going to be able to get a pretty good amount of space too. Vero coming up on the Valk as well could be big. 90% and counting, that could help the rest of the everybody else's ultimates kind of get there as well. Post University does get the lead now, so that's good. Pace actually heads up play by them to just kind of steal the bot and get that much progress. Here comes Coalescence out from Yandy, though. That could spell problems as they try and come from behind. But big anti-nade from Elle, along with the grab from Multikel, gives them the fight win. That's going to give them as well the first point, too. And that is a huge. This first point capture, one of the biggest things you want. And in fact, Yandy is forced to yeet themselves off the map, too. So that's just going to be more time. But of course, the bot is going to take a moment here to stop. So, and he does have an opportunity to get back in here. Yandy actually going back over to the Lifeweaver too. They'd really had a lot of success on that. So that's definitely something that they're going to have to watch out for. Crystal continuing to dominate right now. I tell you, these games have been such a back and forth affair. Venom coming in, though, from the side, looking to see if they can find something, but they're going to be just pushed out, pushed back to spawn, rather, as it were. Decam just unable to really sustain in front of all that damage that's coming in. Forced to use their own rally to get back. The bubble doesn't even allow for the slash to go through, so Decam just does not get any of that sustain that they wanted. But big play coming out from Orpheus is going to turn things around. Nano committed as well, so they had to spend a lot, but they get the point. But 82 meters already for Post University. That has to have them feeling fantastic right now, especially the fact that they had to use some of their most impactful ultimates to get that fight win. Of course, now they are going to have to watch out for this Rampage, which means a lot's going to be on Multikel here. They're going to have to use their bubbles very, very judiciously, I would say, because they need to be ready to just clear as many people as they can, that being 2, really. That's going to be a nice TP. Take out a little bit, but Vero goes down. That's unfortunate there for Post University. Crystal throws out the wall. Here comes Mortar Strike coming in from Sodium. There's that Rampage, but no bubbles to be found for Multikel. They're trying to back up just as quickly as they can, but the knife brings them back in. Great play there from Pace. And in fact, I mean, that got out 3 ultimates, I think, from Post University. So that's got to hurt as well. We do see Vero opting now over to the Kiriko, which I think is a good swap, right? To try and counter Decam on the Junker Queen. Oh, Sodium going down real low. Crystal, though, taking a little damage as well. Venom, bad position. They get out of there, but they do have the Death Blossom coming in. Base needs to make sure they don't let this get out of, or rather, Post needs to make sure they don't let this get out of control. Big pick onto Venom, especially considering they did have the ultimate ready to go. Great healing there as well. Great use of just kind of the natural cover from Post University to stay alive during that, especially from Vero right there. Realizing, of course, she's one of the key pieces to this puzzle, staying alive. Right, she is all that stands between Post and almost certain doom. That's going to be a big pick, though. Or a big Graviton Surge. Sodium goes down, though, as Orpheus deflects. So, unfortunately, that grab from Multikel might have been a little bit too early. Might have been a little bit aggressive. So the team wasn't quite in a position to do anything about a Vero. Just going to try and jump off the map, but going to get chased down by Orpheus. Post University will have enough time, though, to regroup. And Sodium got a Riptire coming up as well. Be big. Both support ultimates too. This fight's going to be very, very important for both of these squads. Post University needs to win this if they want to maintain the lead right here. Sodium trying his best they can. Here comes a Blade, though. This could be big. It's a Nano Blade as well. Crystal goes down almost immediately. Orpheus finding just about everybody they want. So it's 78 meters on the board. That's going to be the lead now here for Pace off the back of a great Blade. Post University just unable to quite get those ultimates online as quickly as they needed them. And Pace University going to be able to eclipse that 100-meter mark. That's one of the toughest points to come back from, but Post University going to do their best to do just that. Venom goes down very low. Great job finishing them off. Decam firmly in the back line now, but a nice bubble saves Ursodiumlvl, gives some charge over to Multikel, gives them the fight win. So they're able to rally here at the end. And in fact, this is a huge stagger on both supports. A lot of ground to cover, but the bot moves pretty quick between areas that have already been captured. So Multikel going to take the shortcut here to try and get some better positioning. Try to get a read on maybe exactly where this fight is going to break out. I'm anticipating it somewhere around here, somewhere about around the gym. Oh, huge pick from Crystal as well. Nice anti-nade is going to force Orpheus back as well. So now this first, the forward checkpoint should be just about as good as captured here. But look at this. Pace is actually going at this from behind. We've got the Genji kind of towards the back line as well. Decam now actually backing up. Only one fight needs to be won here by Post to retake the lead here. Gets the Riptire kill onto Yandy. They find one, and sometimes one is all you need. Venom in the high ground there. A lot of spam damage coming in, though. Sodium finds themselves face to face with Anna. They eventually go down, but Vero and Multikel are going to be able to pick up the kills that they need. The question is, can they stay alive long enough? Can they stay on this bot long enough to get the lead? Because their team has to come from pretty far away, and Pace is going to be able to regroup quickly. Multikel really wants to get this get this Graviton Surge online so that they can get the forward spawn, but already we can see that Decam is out onto the point. They don't quite have the grab yet. Here it comes. It is online now. It's going to be a nice anti. Vero is down. Can they turn things around? Decam is low, but Sodium has fallen as well, and Multikel looks like they're wisely going to hold on to this, but Decam, without their tank, Crystal's actually starting to turn things around, but they've only got a sliver of health. They're able to get healed back up. Huge plays coming out from Post. Can they turn it? They get one more kill. The Graviton Surge is there. Anna doesn't quite get out of it, but what a pull from Yandy. It is going to cost them their life, though, so they don't have anything left in the tank. Now Multikel trying to back up as quick as they can. They're waiting desperately for that bubble to come back online, so they get some charge, get themselves healed. The anti-day comes out. Orpheus finds Vero, though. The Nano Blade's just going to be a little too much with a minute left to go. Pace retakes the cart. Only 6 meters separating both of these squads right now. Seen a pretty big swap coming out from everybody here.
60 seconds remaining.
I like the Pharah. I like the Pharah v Pharah. But Yandy is going to have the pocket, so that's going to make things a little easier for them. Nice spear to try and push everybody back. 45 seconds left on the clock. There's University Can't afford to lose another fight here. The Javelin goes just a little bit wide. Here comes the Rampage, though, from DCAM. They're able to get into the back line. 2 players down. Just enough time here for Post University to regroup. 30 seconds left to go, and since Pace is continuing to push the bot, they are, in fact, going to get another opportunity at this. But they need to stabilize here. They need to stabilize now. And Multikel has to stay out on the point as well. Mortality Field already has to go out here. Vero doing everything they can to keep their team alive. That's going to be a big barrage coming in. Can they take them out of the sky? Not quite. Just a little bit too much pocket coming in there from Yandy, who now has the Valk as well. Crystal trying to get out here, trying to get on the point as quick as she can. See if she can finish gunning down some of these players from Pace University, but it's not going to be the case. It does not go that way. Multikel doing everything they can to stay alive. They got the Terra Surge. They need to use it, if nothing else, just to gain some armor. Big window comes out from Vero, but she's down. Here comes the Terra Surge. Are they going to be able to turn it around? One pick in. Yandy is down. Multikel still alive. The Javelin spin gonna get the win, but it's not quite enough as DCAM secures it for Pace in the end, giving them the 3-1 victory over Post University tonight.
Play of the game.
And Orpheus, definitely one of the biggest parts of the victory here for the Pace squad. This was a really back and forth affair. I very much enjoyed this matchup. I hope you all did as well. Best of luck again next week to Post University. Hopefully they can come back from this and give us a nice, strong showing again next week. Get another dub. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Once again, my name, Warren JuggleGod Hammond. GG's, and see you next time.